If y'all can hear me, press 1. Y'all can hear me, press 1. Good morning, my sis. How you doing? I gotta reach out to you. Sheila E in the building. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? Welcome. I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a few minutes. Oh, y'all can hear me. Cool. Now, it's been a long time. Been a while. I've been doing good morning to the fam. I'm not gonna be here long because I got a chop up to do. Come back at 1:35 p.m. I'm gonna chop it up with Sister Cam Fields. All right, come back at 1:35. But we gonna do something here for I said maybe baby. Oh, it sounds a little cool. Thank you. I'm trying to push like maybe if people get on maybe 1:45, 10:1. But I gotta get ready. Come back here and do the chop up. All right. Thank you. I want you to stay right there because I'm gonna put the matter of fact, let me put the link in the chat right now. You know what I'm so I'm gonna do it like that. Tavy, brother, you can come on up while I make my announcements quickly. All right, so but I gotta get things off my chest. I mean, not my chest, but I gotta put this out there, you know what I mean? So here's the link right there. Yeah, I gotta reach out to you, sis. Are you listening? All right. But you can still hit the link. Hit the link, you probably come up. But brother, you can hit the link. Welcome to my channel, The Unrelenting Darkness, Your Truth. The #1 grinder. One of the best kept secrets on social media, the best of the business. The ones that rode me throughout the years, like hey, and the ones along the way. Thank you so much. Hey, hotep to you, brother. I want you to come up if you can. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to you, sis. I'm gonna get you a call so we can talk. Like my brother, Guy Nywood, part of first group when I first formed the Underrated. Stay right there, brother. I'm gonna get you in a few seconds. Stay right there. Brother Guy Nywood, if you can, you come on up and brother, No Duck Zone podcast. My brother Clarence McClain, better known as AKA Brother Bombs Biggs. Him and his wife and the followers group. Family. I'm sorry, family. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the brothers and sisters there. Keep up the fine work. Also, shout out to the mighty LDBC. That's Lions Den box community. Also, basketball community. All right. Shout out to the one and only the General Brother 7-8 Sports TV. Shout out to you and the brothers and sisters there. I've been rolling with them for years, still roll with them now. Shout out to the one. Okay, I got you, brother. Okay, I got you. All right. Before I got to tell you, stay right there, brother. I got you. I just got to get this out. I will do a chop up at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. It's gonna be a nice shit. It's gonna be a young lady named Cam Fields. All right, she's gonna do a chop. She's gonna chop it up with me on the Darkness Roundtable at 1:35. Come back here. It's going down. All right, I'm gonna try to stay up here. I said I'm gonna try to get here maybe 1 o'clock. I gotta get off 1 o'clock so I can get ready for that. All right, then I gotta take care of a few things, here and there. But this is Good Morning to the Fam, part 44, and we're gonna hit Cam. And we're gonna hit my brother Materia. Salute, brother. This your first time here.
Salute, man. I'm so sorry we didn't get a chance to hit it up on my birthday.
Don't worry about it.
It's good to see you. I love your energy. Me and you, of course, we've been on T Price stream a couple of times. But the one thing that I appreciated was being able to talk about real stuff. Yes. There's a time and a place for everything. We can sit up here and talk about sports. That's fine. But real life events and real life things that we go through is what we really need to be guiding the youth through right now. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate the invite, and let's get it.
Let's get it. First thing, Miss Mashona Knight, how you doing? I hope everything's fine with you and the family. Everybody else, God, Nolly, Wood, sister, everybody in your family, even you, brother Materi. Yeah. But before I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna put it out there. I've been put out there for a while. To the ones that y'all think y'all part of underrated one family, y'all be thinking. I'm not talking about the ones in the chat. The ones in the chat, y'all good. But the ones y'all be acting like y'all don't know me no more, act like you don't know the family no more, I'm cutting you off. And the ones that really with, when I mess with, y'all know who you are. Y'all know who you are. I'm stopping, but the fake ones, y'all be acting like, start cutting you off. I'm being honest with you. This I create this family so when we need each other to lead on, we can lead on, no matter what. But it seems like what I do don't count. Family don't count. I'ma show y'all. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Believe that. Y'all gonna learn. And don't get mad when I cut you off. But I'm gonna put this out there. I just gotta put it out there. And again, before we continue, I will be back 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will chop it up with Sister Cam Fields. It's going down. Already posted. So I want you to come back at 1:35. Hey, what's going on, brother? How you and your family, everybody else doing?
We're doing pretty good. Had got to take care of business early in the morning. Make sure it gets done before the traffic out there in Chicago gets bad. But we got everything done. Just waiting on things to get paid, things to get done. Do the adulting thing. Every day you got to grind. You know, I live by what I was taught when I was little. If a man don't work, he don't eat. So how much more when a man has a family? That means if I don't work and don't eat, that means my family don't eat as well. So I got to go out there and grind.
Exactly. But well, I want to elaborate what we was talking about. Let me explain, people. As you know, Materi, right? When I first on T Price, I take care of some business. Right, I was trying to warn this young man, what he was doing was not right. So I looked at him, so he looked at me, so he know. He was running off with his mouth, think he trying to be big man. It was small guy. Yeah. But I didn't think that like that. I would think about his welfare and the other and the friends one. And his friends caught on what I'm saying. But he trying to be like, you know what I mean? Like smelling himself and everything. And so it was two police right across, but just a few feet away, seeing them. And they had their hands on their gun like this. I said, yo, you don't know, man. Whatever you do, just walk away. Man, so it got a little like that. So I'm like looking at them like, ready to twig you out, though. Again, Materi, he could tell you, he can attest to this. Because I said this on Brother T. Shout out to Brother T Price. I want to go to this channel, Brother T Price. Always fire. Right? I was this close to twig him out. Listen, I wasn't raised being no killer. I wasn't raised not starting trouble. But my late parents ain't raised being no punk either. Know what I mean? I was going to raise like him. Take you in the corner, son, treat you like a dirty tissy roll. But I didn't do it. I had to walk away. And sometimes walking away, it means having your freedom. Walk away that you could do more things. Walk away means it's okay. You give it to. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? And I want men, especially women and men, understand. I'm gonna get you in a few seconds. Just let me get this out. I want people to understand this. It's just gonna be people gonna piss you off. And I know people say, what about older people? Older people do piss you off. I'm not saying, but it'd be these young ones. I'm talking about the young men and the young women. When you have somebody that there for your interest, there for your well-being. You better pay attention because there ain't that many of us that's left. There are some. It's like looking at you, man. And listen, I already said what I have to say. I'm gonna let you do what you gotta do. You better care for the ones that they there, because when I'm gonna tell you, when that cut off, you don't know what's gonna happen. Y'all don't know what's gonna happen, and y'all gonna regret it. And sometimes you have to deal with it for the rest of your life. And I'm just putting it out there. You know what I mean? You go ahead, brother.
You know, as we talked about on Teapot Price's panel, I think your biggest frustration was not necessarily what the young man was doing, because I think we always see the youth, especially when we get older, we kind of see ourselves in the youth. I think the thing that really, really pissed you off was his reaction to what you was trying to tell him. You're just trying to save him,
Right.
and he reacts to you like you're the problem, and not what he's doing is the problem. And that's where you went into a rage spiral, because it's like, dude, all I'm trying to do is help, and this is the type of reaction you've given to me. So then you want to know what ends up happening when you start feeling that way? You go into your, well, then forget you then mentality. You go into the, well, okay, I don't care what happens to you. And then you're just mad that he's like, okay, why did I even try to help somebody that wasn't even trying to take any good advice that I was trying to give them? We talk a lot about something that is a big issue in our community. And when I say our community, I want to say the black community, but we're starting to find out that it's not even just the black community no more.
It's happening all over.
Right.
Yep.
It's the humanity community. Boys are not being raised by men, and they grow up not to be men, they grow up to be males. And then they get into trouble, and they either have a feminine energy after they get into trouble, and then it just continues to be a circle of nonsense. But then when a boy runs into a man that's trying to guide him in the way that he needs to go, it's like that man leadership or that man energy gets rejected. And for real men like me and you, that's frustrating. That is beyond frustrating, because we grew up having males telling us or slapping us in the back of the head, say, hey, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna talk to her like that. You're gonna open the door for her. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. So when we sit back and we're watching the fact that we're passing on what we learned to the youth, and they're just right out rejecting that. You can correct me if I was wrong, that you couldn't respond negatively to an elder, whether it was a man or a woman. If you was to open up your mouth while somebody older than you was talking, you would have got hit in your mouth. Easy.
Yep.
With no hesitation. Now you got the youth talking just as greasy to their elders as they talk to their contemporaries. And then individuals want to wonder why the state of the youth is where it is. And it's because we have took the hierarchy away.
Mm-hmm.
We have allowed things that was a part of your upbringing to be something that's looked down upon. Chivalry is dead? Absolutely. Because society killed it. They made it abnormal to be chivalrous to a female. Why? Because guess what? Now they feel like they're equal. And I got a question to you. Is the sun and the moon equal? Absolutely not. Because they're two different things. The man and the woman can never be equal because they're two different individuals. They're just different.
But see, this I go more on your point. But see, this is the thing, right? And we got to talk about this too, because I ain't want to talk because you enjoying your birthday with T Price, and I ain't want to bring no religion and all that. But we having a great talk and everything, right? When I was thinking, right, when we had that talk a few days ago, right? And now I'm speaking to the women now, right? Why do you think some men do not want to help you because just like some men's not in God's order, some of yours not in God's order. When Sister Sheila E., she in the chat, the sisterhood, when she was telling how you conduct yourselves as women, right? Y'all ain't trying to hear none of that, right? Oh, she this and that. What about the men and stuff? No, I'm talking to you women because I'm a woman. I'm a mother. She was talking about how you should conduct yourself. If you conduct yourself the right way, the real man will help you, right? But y'all was not trying to hear that. Right? I want to talk to the women now. I'm going to get to the men, right? And they come, oh, I didn't know that. No, there's no excuse, right? Because you're grown now. Because see, I want people to understand. Now, besides Sheila, I'm into my mother, my late mother, my late auntie, my late great grandmother, my late grandmother's spirit now. You hear what I'm saying? Conduct yourself as a woman. You've been respected as a woman. No man cannot help you to be a woman because he's not a woman, he's a man. And that is the problem. And also, men, them shady, I'm gonna be clown today, but just excuse me, you know. I'm into that move today. But with your shady, no good simp, man, you know, okay, I do whatever you say. Okay, I don't like. I just want to be like. I just want to be like some simp, no good. Gilbert Arenas ones.
Yeah.
That is a no good simp. No good simp. Dick know-it-all. That's a simp. All right. Always want to preach about this and that and everything. Look what happened. Right? Oh, we got the gun charge. It's that guy's fault. But you, the oldest, supposed to say the example, right? But I don't know what I'm talking about. You know. Shut up, Brother Todd. Hope you have a great day. Be safe out there now. Be safe. Thanks for coming as always. Right? But see, this is the thing about it, right? And I want people to understand. See, I have my belief in God. See, I know there's going to be some people say, well, you believe in men and all that. That's what you want to believe? Go ahead. Go to man or woman. Y'all go in that corner. My belief in God, real. You know what I'm saying? We don't pray, right? We don't fellowship together we used to do. And we want to know things happen. But you got some, right, in humanity, right? I don't believe in God. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in spring being. But you worshiping humans, right? Now I'm talking about humanity now. But you're celebrating, right? There goes a man or woman. But your worship humans. That's against God. That's against what God says, right? But some of you don't believe in God, right? Y'all wake up every day, right? Blessings come to you, but y'all don't believe in God, right? I'm gonna say make it sense to me now, because see, whoever you want to be will believe it, right? And I respect everybody, you know. But this is what I'm saying is just that. Then you got some that always want to talk all they want to, right? Oh, you believe in God, but you're supposed to believe in the whole humanity. I do believe in the whole humanity, but I believe in our own people. All right? I can do that. And I still fight for our people that's never going to stop. Let me put that out there. Because despite people want to say we do everything bad and stuff like that, there are certain things why it's happening, but to this day, we don't even want to talk about that too. And I'm talking about a black man and a black woman. I know that we gotta do it together, and we gotta make amends. We gotta see each other differences and then come together. I get it. I get that. But you see, as the system again, I'm talking about the system, right? this wicked system of things, we got to address that too. Because there are some that looks like us as part of the wicked system too. And we got to get them out. So we have to understand that white supremacy is a global wicked family. We got to understand that. We got to stop saying white. You know who taught me that? The Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party when I was 5. Because I was seeing certain things. So we have to understand policy. You know? Goals. Who's on the books? And I've been talking about this throughout the years. Sister Sheila knows, and Sister Michelle tonight, and Brother Tom. I've been talking about this for years. They're making money off us. Look at Africa.
It's a bigger issue that people want to really admit.
And it is. But they don't hear it.
Individuals are always designed to stay in their comfort zone, no matter what. Your house could be burning down around you, and you want to stay in your comfort zone, even though everything is burning. And I'm using that as an analogy, but everything that we are seeing and all the problems that we are experiencing is a bigger issue. And yes, people do not want to recognize the fact that there's only 2 teams you could play for, and none of them are NFL, NBA, MLB, soccer, or any sports team. It's good versus evil, period. Those are the only 2 teams that you can play for. And a lot of people say that they're good and they try to do the right thing. But if you are allowing and tolerating wickedness, wickedness and goodness cannot occupy the same space. They just can't. So it doesn't matter how much, you try to do what is right. If you're doing things that are wrong on a consistent basis that you know that are wrong, you cannot sit up here and say that you are a righteous person. You can't sit up here and be stealing, and then when you get caught by the police, say it's because I'm black. No, it's because you was doing something wrong.
Also, let me put this right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I was done with that point.
No, and then also he's not talking about the ones that get caught for nothing, that be in the jails for nothing. We're not talking about those, because those are, because I'm gonna tell you, going back to the system again. All right, sis. Got you. I got you, sis. Again, they got to hold accountable for it, and we got to talk about that too. There are still thousands of us as African descent in this country still get arrested for nothing, and being in jails for decades for nothing, dying in jails for nothing, and we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. And that troubles me too, besides what the brothers say. It troubles me that we sit back, oh, that person must have did something wrong. But y'all ain't looking, the same ones. The same ones. You know what I do? When I do this, I talk about our people. They know it's wrong, but they like this. And I have a big problem with that. And it seems like some of us as a people, we don't like talking about that. So I'm saying let's address all of it. But I'm not going to let the system off the hook. Just like Brother She Stacy, shout out to Brother She Stacy TV. He was talking about how these people worshiping these people that they said they God. These religious leaders facilitating them. How you can facilitate what God is saying, but you're not about it. So shout out to brother She Stay Sleep TV. I just want to throw that in. And
that's a great point, but that's also part of the bigger problem.
And I'm talking about men and women. We ain't talking about just men and women. Humanity, like you said, humanity, right?
Right.
So we gotta say men and women. Because I'm saying like this though. How can you say that you praising God? You a gay man or a lesbian, but you say you praise God, right? You ain't read the Bible, right? What I'm just saying.
Well, they claim that they do, but they also want to use the pretext that the Bible contradicts itself. You can go to different religious organizations and they will tell you God loves you the way you are, but that's not what the Bible says. There's nowhere in the Bible where it says that God loves us exactly the way we are. No, he loves us even though we're sinners, but his love is conditional according to what he regulates as being obedient. And it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, or what you are. If you're not doing what God wants you to do by his standards and requirements, he can't extend that love to you. He just can't. There's plenty of scriptures to back it up, and I know we're not here to talk about that right now. I just have to allow that to marinate. People like to go and they like to have their quote unquote religion just like a good buffet. They want to have it every way they want it, but that's not true relationship with the Most High. There was always conditions to his protection, his love, his grace, his mercy. It was conditional. People say the model prayer, and we can sit up here and recite it word for word, but guess what? In that model prayer, it also says, forgive us our sins as we forgive others, meaning it's a condition to getting our sins forgiven. We must do what? Forgive others, correct? So is that not a condition? We're in a state of an emergency. The state of emergency is this. People are not taking in knowledge. They're taking in a narrative. They're listening to another person try to tell them what they are supposed to do. And the person that they're supposed to listen to is the Most High.
Yeah, and also let me say this: wherever you want to believe in God, wherever, that's on you and everything. And but also the ones who don't, I would say this: the ones who don't believe in God, right? You don't have no right to tell another person who they believe in because you don't believe God. All right. Wherever God they believe in, that's on them. Wherever spirituality they want to get is on them. So at the same time of humanity, especially our people, we have to say that. I'm talking about men and women. We have to say that because they are not the we be on this earth for 59 years. There are somebody that non-believers that go to, oh, I'm not on to believe because that's you. Okay. Don't tell another person who they believe wherever gets them going. Okay. I gotta say that. I have to say that because we address it and everything. But get back what I'm saying. We lost quite a few people this past week. I mean last week. And now there are a lot of people is having questions, especially about Malcolm Jamal Warner. I mean, it doesn't look good. There are some people now people talking about that he would still fight for residuals from the Cosby Show. That everybody gets it, and then he was the last one. He didn't get it, and he been fighting it for years. And all of a sudden, he got drowned. Just like the late great Angie Stone, right? She fight for other residuals, right? Music, right? But everybody died, right? I mean, everybody was alive except for I'm just saying like this, like the old people said this. If it's a steak and fish, I'm not getting it. Doesn't pass the smell test to me.
Or it's too convenient.
Yeah, it doesn't smell right.
I don't believe in coincidences. I've never have. I don't think I ever will. And I've been on this earth for 44 years. If something is too convenient, I must question it because things don't happen in coincidence. They just don't. So let's just run down for everybody that's listening. Let's start with Bill Cosby. He tries to buy NBC because they're trying to end the Cosby Show earlier. They were supposed to have a 10-year series. It didn't go 10 years. So when they wanted to cancel the Cosby Show, Bill Cosby was like, that's fine. I will just purchase NBC. Then he started going public with him wanting to purchase NBC. And then one day out of the blue, his oldest son, Enos, turns up murdered in a field somewhere. Okay. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan comes off a three-peat with the Chicago Bulls in 1993. And he start talking about, well, you know what? Magic never three-peated. Bird never three-peated. Isaiah never three-peated. So this has been a great run, but after I won the championship, I think I need to retire. I think I need to do other things, this, that, and the third. What happened to his father? Yeah, if y'all old enough to know, you already know. His father turned up dead by two hooligans in a field, robbed.
Broad daylight.
In the middle of the day. I don't even think it was noon when that happened.
Broad daylight, but nobody didn't see it, right?
Let's go to Prince
Am I
and
right?
Michael Jackson. You're right. Let's go to Prince and Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, for years, was trying to get residuals from Sony, get what he's put into a catalog for 40, maybe even he died at 50, so we can say 45 years because the man's been making hits ever since the Jackson 5. He wants to go on one final tour called This Is It. He never makes it to the tour. We all know he ends up dying with an overdose. Prince, similar. He changes his whole brand. He changes his whole image because he starts to learn about God and he wants to do what is right. But he's been putting the catalog together for 35 years and he wants to retire. He wants to do what he wants to do. He starts to sue for his rights. What happens to Prince? Turns up dead. My man was just talking about Angie Stone, and this was this year, folks. This year. Fighting for her residuals of her catalog that goes back farther than most of y'all know who Angie Stone was. Yes, we all know the songs about Black Brother, but she was making songs decades before she became popular as a solo artist.
And
She
also,
was a
she was. Let me cut you off. And also, she part of that in the '90s. She was in a short-lived R&B group named Vertical Code. I just want to throw that in.
no, anything that you can add to this, that's fine. She, Raphael Sadiq, and a couple of other artists was trying to bring back that neo soul sound that we all grew up off of and love. She fought for her residuals. She put on Facebook. She put on YouTube things about Clyde Davis and how people did her wrong. And then a bus full of people that she's trying to go to perform. What happens? It rolls over sketchily, and then there is a truck driver that drives on the opposite side of the highway and runs her over while she's sitting down. There was a woman that tried to give her help, what's that called? CPR. She did one interview with a content creator. Now they can't find her. Fast forward to our dear brother Malcolm Jamal Warner. If you're my age or older, you know him as Theo Huxtable. If you're a little bit younger than me, you may remember him from Malcolm and Eddie, or that short-lived sci-fi thriller called Jeremiah. But we know him for being Theodore Aloysius Huxtable. He was considered at the time one of the TV's favorite sitcom sons. He passed. How did he pass? Was he trying to get? Was he ODing on fentanyl because he had a habit? No. Was he robbing a liquor store that went back? No. Drug dealer that went back? No. He drowned in the ocean, and then the news feed that came out said he was trying to save his daughter. Daughter was not even in the ocean swimming. Then it said that they both fell off the boat. No. Then they said that he drowned and he was being resuscitated by people and they couldn't bring him back, but nobody interviewed those people that was trying to resuscitate him. He was just dead. If anybody know about having a dead family member, you know if they pass away, it's going to take a week to 10 days for the autopsy to go through. Malcolm Jamal Warner's autopsy went through in 48 hours.
Quick.
It's too much of a coincidence. And yes, I don't believe in coincidence. I don't have aluminum foil over my head, but I live by this code. If it doesn't make sense, I don't believe it. It has to make sense. The parts have to fit for me to believe things like that. So these are all coincidences. Now, time will escape me. This panel will take 6 to 10 hours for us to tell you all the coincidences in between these deaths. But if you're doing research, look for this book by Bryce Taylor called Thanks for the Memories. I read it and I was shocked. This will let you know exactly how the entertainment system works. And then after you read that book, you will kind of see why I don't believe in coincidences. Do you think that it's a coincidence that all the young characters from Different Strokes has mental illness problems and tried to unalive themselves at an early age? Do you think it's a coincidence that Corey Haim, Corey Feldman talked about things that they went through when they were just little boys in stardom? Raven Simone. There's a couple of names that are escaping me right now, but this is not a tragedy or one-off story. These are tragedies. These are things that should never happen to our youth, because our youth don't stay young forever. Guess what happens? They grow up. They become young adults. But if they went through tragedy at a young age, they're not going to grow up to be healthy young adults or healthy-minded adults. They're going to continue to take those demons with them. And 9 times out of 10, the one that was being abused ends up becoming the abuser. 9 times out of 10. You have some one-off stories where the cycle gets broken, but usually the one that was abused ends up turning into the abuser in some way, shape, or form. It could be physical to another person. It could be alcohol, drugs, a combination of the both. But this is what's happening to our youth. So when we're standing up and saying, hey, I want to guide you in a better way, you need to do something different, I can help you, and then you get rejected, it hurts. It really hurts. So I see what my man's talking about. I see why he was very upset. Because we live this life. We've seen tragedy. We may not have experienced some of the things that we were just discussing, but I'm pretty sure that we know people in our own families that have cousins, sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, grandmas, grandfathers. And we don't want to see that cycle continue to go in a circle, continue to happen.
And you know, before we're going to switch up, right? And we actually see throughout the years how these people's killing us and still getting away with murder. And this is what I'm saying. It's not black and white, family. We actually seen people getting off. You mean the brother in Staten Island years ago, just selling cigarettes, just, you know, trying to make money, choked out. Come to find out the choke was outlawed like 50 years before that, right? And got old. This black woman being missing throughout the years, blaming the black man. Gonna find out somebody else. Then you got truck drivers is missing right now, but this been going on for a long time because my late father was a truck driver. He used to say, "There's certain roads I can't get on." He had to take dirty roads. He said, "I see you get there. Look, I gotta live to see another day." They snatching people. This one I don't understand. This one, oh man, I got the camera. Oh, I'm sorry. This what I'm saying. The black truck drivers. This been going on for decades. It's nothing new.
They still got sundown towns, and it's 2025.
Right. And you're thinking, oh, it's nothing new. Black women are truck drivers, right? Our sister truck is missing. This been going on for decades. But I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Matavian, he don't know what he's talking about. I know the people y'all in the chat, they say they don't know what y'all talking about. Well, we know what we talking about. My father one time went to a Sunday, he couldn't tell me, you know, it was in the public. So you know what I'm saying. Somewhere in his hometown in Georgia. Hey, nigga, you better get out of here, man. I just came to drop this off. Friend was like across the street. He said, I got to get in your truck. Wow. They said, if I stay 5 minutes, like that. He had to leave. He had to leave truck driving business alone. Because like again, he's a chef. So he had, 3 jobs for that. And we talking about going into the 1950s. Mid-50s going to. And then we have to understand, 60 years is not too long ago. Now we're talking about 2025. Let me seem like, it's just happening. This been going on for years. People going to work, not showing up. Find out they find their body somewhere in another town for years, right now. For years. Black women get missing. Kids get missing. Find their body for years. And y'all talking about, it just happened. No. It's been going on for decades. Just like it go back to slavery, right? You know what them people used to do back, especially like in the South, especially in Florida, but it happened in Alabama too, but it happened mostly in Florida. They used to have like young black babies, put them in the woods so the alligator could swallow them up. But then people said it doesn't happen that way, right? That's then. They're wicked people. So this is what I'm saying, that if it's uncomfortable, yes. But that's happened. It happened. They could use this habit child, right? And then all of a sudden they took away and they had that baby. Where? Tie them up. They can't go nowhere. And you see, they can't find no more. Well, I'm talking about at that time it was wild. It's still wild alligators out there, but at that time it was wild alligators. But it's a mistake, right? I'm saying y'all gotta study your history. Y'all gotta study history. On TV, on social media, the answers is right there. Answers right there. Oh yeah, before we continue, I'll be back at 1:35. I will chop it up. You see in the chat, Sister Cam Fields will chop it up with me on the Darkness Roundtable today at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Why don't you come back for it? Because it's gonna be a classic. Gonna be classic. Chop up. I want you to come to get wearing this stuff like that. Now sports. Yeah. I heard the Knicks is going to add somebody used to be a player to be on the coaching staff. I don't know the name, but you know, other NBA news. Do you have any NBA news that you could say about it, brother?
Not offhand. Besides the Luca extension and how a lot of 90% of the team supported him except three people. One
Yeah.
had an excuse.
Tell them, please. They probably don't know.
Well, Luca had his $165 million extension with the Lakers, and they had the presser to explain why they're doing the extension, and everybody was there except Austin Reeves, Big LeBron, and Little LeBron, and it just it baffles me because it's like I thought LeBron was the ultimate teammate. He was, it just sounds like he's a little mad that Luka got the extension. Now it's a 3-year extension with an option on the 3rd year, but it's a little over 55 million a year the way the math works, or the way my math works. Now I got GED math, so it might be a little bit different, but yeah, the way the math's looking, like he's going to be the highest paid player by the time it's all said and done. He has a chance to make $80 million in three seasons. It looks definitely like the Lakers are building and showing him that this is your team. We want this to be your team, and it's not LeBron's team no more. It just feels kind of strange that LeBron wasn't there for that presser. He said he was fishing with his son, but it just comes off strange. It just really does.
I just wish that a player that looks like us get that type of money. I do. But
Well, there was LeBron got a $188 million extension
I ain't, I,
a couple
I ain't
years
talking.
ago.
I ain't talking about him. What are you talking about?
Like talking about like Giannis or what?
No, I ain't talking about Giannis. No.
No.
I'm talking about the ones. I mean, Giannis. I mean, all right. Let me say. Hey, what D Hall in the building? I want to go support D Hall. D Hall be having fire, interviews up to date. I want you to go check out my brother D Hall in the building. I have to say, Giannis. See, I don't have no problem Giannis getting the money. I just want the players that from here that put in the work. I'm not saying Giannis didn't put in the work, that they get the money. And it seems to me that throughout the years, what I'm looking, be the ones that come overseas, and some of us that come overseas and they get the money, and the ones that put in the work, that from here, it's like they don't get the money. Anytime. But I know how the NBA is right now. So, yeah. And also, what the NBA can do, the ones in the ABA, that made an impact in the NBA, I wish that they could just put their record with their NBA record, and let's talk about that too.
Oh, that would change the GOAT debate. That would change a lot of that top that top 10.
Yep.
Because if we're
a lot.
if we're adding ABA, then Dr. J is in the top 5 now.
Got to. You have
There's
to.
no reason to not put him in the top 5. That also brings up his career scoring average, his championships. So what would that be 5 for him with all that those stats?
Whoa, that's right, because he won 4 in the ABA. Am I mistaken? Or 3 or 4, something like that? Or was it 4?
I think 3. He won 1. Wait. He won in '83. They went to the finals and lost to Portland with the 76ers. I don't remember him winning another title, but yeah, he got 1 with the NBA, and I think 3 or 4 with the ABA. So
That's 4.
now
That's 4 or 5. That
right, he's
like
in
you
the GOAT
said,
debate.
so that changed. You gotta put right. You gotta put in top 5. And also, everybody talk about the dunks. His average scoring, rebounding, assists, block shots, right?
Right.
Gotta add that. You got it? Right. And the GOAT conversation had changed. It got changed. Dr. J, then another one, I know people don't like when I say it, Artist Gilmore.
Oh, definitely. Artist Gilmore was the Wilt Chamberlain of the ABA.
The ABA. So you gotta add him. Let me see.
There's a lot there's a lot you got to add, bro.
You gotta add him now.
Just like they added the Negro League stats to the MLB stats, and now Ty Cobb is no longer the highest batting average.
Right.
If they will open up a can of worms that I think will shake up the GOAT debate. I still think Jordan will be number 1 consensus, but those number 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s is going to change. Also, I think Larry Bird will get pushed down for Dr. J. Dr. J will be now the new GOAT small forward. So if you push Bird down, everybody else is going to get pushed down because nobody is going to be above Larry Bird. I still have Larry Bird way above LeBron James.
Oh, no doubt about that. I agree with that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Then if you think about like George McGinnis, he did well in the but he didn't stay, but he wasn't that long in the NBA. So not as Dr. J. And you got then you think about there's a name that people subtly don't really talk about is Dan Issel.
Wow. I remember Dan Issel, not for his playing days, but he was the coach for the Denver Nuggets during their struggle years.
Yeah, but Dan Issel wasn't the bad. He was a bad white boy, man. He used to get it done though.
It's like a lot of those power forwards make good coaches, just like Dave Cowens. He was a good coach. He was a good coach for the Charlotte Hornets.
And they didn't give him enough. They didn't give him enough time to really build either. And that's sad.
He had 4-year playoff run. He kept running into the Bulls, well, I think he ran into the Bulls that 1 year, and then the other year was Paul Silas.
Cleveland.
Or Cleveland, yeah, Cleveland. That Cleveland team: Daugherty, Mark Price, Ron Harper, Craig Elo, Hot Rod Williams, Terrell Brandon. Let me think. I know I'm missing a few people, but that was a loaded and talented Cleveland Cavalier squad, and they were always in the playoffs, and they was always in the mix. Always. They were predicted to beat the Bulls in 1993 in the Eastern Conference Finals. People forget that. Or 92. It was 92 Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, 92 finals. Everybody kept saying they're deeper, they're stronger, they're faster than the Bulls. And, you know, the Bulls got rid of them in 6. But let me see who else. I don't know why Tim Duncan is so high at 7 when I will only give Tim Duncan 6 years of being a dominant force on his own team. I can't call Tim Duncan number 7 when in 2007 there was a coin flip that who was going to win the Finals MVP between Parker and Ginobili. And then you had what's his name, Kawhi Leonard. Then you had, you know, a lot of other players that helped that system. The San Antonio Spurs were the New England Patriots of the NBA. They were always going to be in playoff contention. It was always going to be in championship contention because of the system, not necessarily because of Tom Brady or Tim Duncan. They were going to always. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'll wait, please.
They were always going to win 55 games or more, or bar none 50. They were going to win 50 games. They were going to be a top 4 or higher seed. Now, keep in mind, Tim Duncan lost in the first round to an 8 seed. We want to talk about Kobe losing up 3-1, but losing up 3-1 as the 7th seed is not worse than losing to the 8th seed as the top-ranked Western Conference team. It happened to Dirk against Golden State. It happened to, and they can't say injury, it happened to San Antonio against the Pittsburgh Grizzlies.
Yup.
So we're not going to hold that against Tim Duncan? Or does that slide under the radar because it fits people's narrative?
Can I answer that question? Do you want me to answer it?
Sure.
You sure you want me to answer it?
Yeah.
You know the answer. You know I'm going to say, right?
Hey, look, I don't want to be presumptuous.
But you got an idea what I was going to say. And you want me to explain it. Tell it to you. Yeah, I know it's in your mind. Come on, please.
Go ahead and explain it, bro.
Anytime that the NBA favor of a team, right? And I love Tim Duncan. Don't get me wrong, but I want people to understand. Wherever the NBA loves, they sweep underneath the rock. I mean, it happens all the time. You know? Because you know why? Because you know Tim Duncan is squeaky clean. And you know, and I'm gonna say one thing about it because it is true. Cause see, they NBA likes like lighter. It's besides Jordan. They like lighter. Cause see, back in the 60s, right? When all that stuff was going on and stuff. They said, oh, it was bad for NBA. Not just in the 70s. Bad NBA and stuff, you know. People always talk about Bill Russell won 5 MVPs in the 60s. His team dominated and he did his job. So he earned, right, to be happy MVP. People talking about that even I don't like the Celtics because you know what they represent, but we got to understand why they so dominant because they didn't play no system. They had to play like different types of styles. Well, we're all back. A lot of people don't know the last ones who beat the Celtics in the champions was the St. Louis. I think St. Louis. Forgot
Hawks.
with the late, right? The late St. Louis Hawks of the late great Bob Pettit. Look at Bob Pettit, one of the underrated greats. Bob Pettit was no joke. That's the last team that beat the Celtics in the championship back in late 50s, I believe 58, if I'm not mistaken. Look it up. Y'all don't have to believe me, Mateo. Look it up. All right? And so then the last day, everybody talking about 3-peats in the NBA. The first 3-peat is the Minneapolis Lakers that saved the NBA. The late, great George Mikan. The first dominant center. Well, let's put it like this way. At that time, he was the first dominant center because Will Chamberlain at the time was with the Globetrotters at the time. You can't, okay? So at the time, he was a dominant center. And the Minneapolis Lakers, they was no joke. They won 3-peats. They was the first 3-peat of the Minneapolis Lakers before they moved to LA. So you picture if they would have stayed in Minneapolis, right? We would say the same thing about the Celtics.
I don't think so.
There's something to think about. So then Minneapolis was out of the team. Y'all gotta understand. After Minneapolis left and went to LA, Minneapolis wasn't get a team like almost 35, 36 years. Understand that, y'all. But when we talking about dominance and championships and stuff, right? For some of the other teams, but they never talk about the Minneapolis Lakers. They the first dominant team in the NBA, the 3-peat. And understand it was hard for them to win those championships because there was less teams. So if they less teams, they was giving all they got.
There was no free agent. If you had a good team one year, more than likely you're going to have that same team the next 5-6 years.
Yeah. The gel, the chemistry. And then, like I said, it was less teams. So you got to play them teams all the time. And the thing about it, but get back to the Celtics, there's people tell me, the Celtics is a system. No, they wasn't. I say, if you look at the Celtics, that's why I respect you. People talk about Red Auerbach if you want to. Every championship they won, it was a different style. We're gonna run up, right? Or we're gonna pull the ball back, play half court. We're gonna get you on defense, or everything. Now again, and I'm gonna tell you, like Bill Russell and other players, they are so smart and intelligent. They adopted what's going on in the NBA. Why do you think Will Chamberlain could not get the championship, couldn't get an NBA championship until 67? Because he had the players, right, that played with him more than 1 or 2 years. And they took it to the Celtics. And I think that's one of those years. I think he led the NBA in assists. Oh, you think I can't do that? Think I can't pass? I'm gonna show you. Do. That's one that was a second. Well, that's not the championship, but they beat in the Eastern Conference Finals to get to the championship. And that's when Philadelphia ended up beating I believe San Francisco Warriors, I believe, back in 67-68. But I just want to explain to people that you gotta know your history, you know, and then wherever NBA shows you, you better believe that's happening. And so, so what the brother is talking about is it's so very true and stuff. And I've said it like this, brother. We should have these conversations again about the ABA and the NBA. Do you think the NBA ever gonna acknowledge the ABA players record, NBA playing record?
I think they
In this
will,
lifetime?
but I think it will because it's easier to score in the NBA now. I think they will, but it's going to be when mostly all those records are broken or there's a scandal. Okay, you know what? That just reminds me. Yes, they will do it. They will do it when that Falco, a certain person that has a scoring record, now is going to be investigated because they're going to have to play damage control. So the best way to play damage control now is to bring the ABA in there, which brings me to my next point. The fact that LeBozo James is going up against the NBA trying to get an NBA team, I feel like they're going to let loose with everything that they have on LeBron James soon. I wouldn't be surprised if he pops up with a dirty test.
I think a few dirty tests, you ask me.
I wouldn't be surprised if some allegation, aka Shannon Sharp, ends up popping up out of nowhere. It don't have to be the same thing, but going back to what we were talking about Bill Cosby, talking about Prince, Michael Jackson, Michael Jamal Warner, they got more money than you, so they can afford to expose you. They can do that. They've been doing it for years. It's called character assassination. The one thing LeBron James cares about more than anything else is his image and his stature. And if you can kill that, he's a great father. He doesn't ever cheat on his wife. He's this, he's that. If you can kill that and prove that all of that is cap, that means you got to question everything about LeBron now.
But see, the ones that you mentioned, right? They was not afraid to go against the system. LeBron want to be part of the system. There's difference for me.
Do you think LeBron's afraid to go against the system? Because I don't think he is. I think he's been told his whole life that he's above everything, that he's never had a crash. He's never had a big scandal.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, bro, when you stand on right, you don't care what comes after that. LeBron been part of the system, so he part of the system. That means he don't care, all right? But see, what he failed to understand, Oh, we gave you a little. It's like this, right? You keep on giving that snake a chicken, right? He gonna come back with that snake. Gonna come back with some more chicken. You get what I'm saying? Till you
Yeah.
stop giving it to them, just like they give LeBron all the power in the system. And LeBron, you think you're part of the system? We pick you because we want to, boy. We call you the chosen one. Now you not even graduated high school yet. You smelling yourself now? Well, watch this though. Oh man, talking about cheating on his wife. Oh,
You heard
now
what Drake did, right?
huh?
You heard Drake basically fronted LeBron out in the song, calling for Savannah, saying I would never treat you like LeBron did. The people that was cool with him is turning on him. The media is slowly turning on him.
Slowly, yes.
Slowly but surely.
So Drake, man. So you trying to say that you got Savannah?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying, I would not be surprised. We're living in a very unprecedented times.
Yeah. Yes, we are. Well, I wish I
Wife
could.
swapping and all that other stuff, that ain't nothing new.
The new, no. You know, LeBron, you the loser, you not squeaky clean, my man. You that's why you want to stay in NBA because you know. And I'm gonna sit then your son really gonna get it. Oh, it's gonna be. I'm telling you, these players right now, they're licking their chops. Oh, I cannot wait to go against them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ain't gonna be good. Well, I gotta get out of here. Make your because I gotta get ready for 135. The link is in the chat, y'all. Sister Canfields will chop it up with me on the Darkness Round Table. Like 29 minutes from now, I gotta get ready for that. Please come back at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because you're an hour ahead of me. You're an hour ahead of me. That's why the communication problems was happening. But look, I cannot tell you how much I enjoy our conversations. I hope you give me a chance to come back. You're now locked into. I got you on one of my faves. I thank you for everything that you've been saying and in the chat. I appreciate everybody. I really thank you, man. I truly do.
Thank you. And then make your last remarks. And I want you to stay right there, make my last remark. Go and close out as a family.
My last remarks is this, and this is mostly to everybody. Well, this is to everybody, but mostly to the young ones. Do not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. If you want to know something, go do your own research. Do not go off of what anybody says, and that even includes me. Do your own research, enlighten yourself so that you know what you can believe or what you can't believe. Do not be focused on fame. Do not be focused on money. Be focused on the most important thing. Your biggest investment that you can ever have in your life is investing in yourself. So make your investment wise. You will never regret investing in yourself.
There you go. Hope I see you back, brother. And I'm gonna reach
Oh,
out to you later. I'm gonna reach out to you on the offline anyway later on, so we can talk and everything. But I appreciate you. And also, let me ask you a question before you get off. I do chop ups and also interview. Um, a chop up is I'm use you as for example. You ask me questions. I mean, I'm asking you because you're the main guest, but also you can ask questions about me too. All right, that's engaging. You hear what I'm saying? And also I do interviews and stuff. Well, yeah, I would tell you like this. I would first and foremost, I would like to interview you if I can.
Hey, let me know when you want to do it.
Okay. You all just need okay, I need your email. Did you send me email? I don't think you sent me email yet.
I didn't give you my email, but I got your phone number. I'll just send you my email over.
Okay, cool. So before I get on this, how it goes, you know, send me your thing, your picture, whatever. We talk about it. We talk about it, everything. And then
All right, big man.
after that, down the road, then we do the chop up, and then you can ask me questions. We ask each other questions like that. That's cool too.
Yeah, that's
Cool,
great.
cool. So we got it locked in. So I'm gonna interview the brother first. Then we're gonna come back. You come back here, we're gonna do the chop up, y'all. That's how I'm gonna do it, man. I ain't doing it's just that I just haven't done this in a while. So give y'all something and everything. Again, 1:35. Come back here. I'm gonna chop it up with the one and only sister Karima Fields. 1:35 p.m. East Standard Time today. Come back here in about 26 more minutes and everything. I got to get up out here and get ready for that. Thank y'all and everything. And come back. Come back. There's a link right there. Share it out. Come back. It's gonna come back. Just come back. All right. I'll be back. All right.
All right, man.
All right. See y'all 1:35. This one is Ghost.